Los Angeles rattled again by a 3.3 magnitude earthquake today on the San Andreas Fault. And of course, the smaller earthquakes are everywhere in the region. It's on the San Andreas Fault and all around, even into the bay off Los Angeles. And we'll take a look at them together. This is after the 3 earthquakes that took place within a 2-hour period in Los Angeles. It's still rocking. This is a seismo Berkeley. I like this because it brings up the earthquakes very quickly. These are all the earthquakes including under 2.5 magnitude. This is the Los Angeles area, as we can see. And this is today's quake right here. 3.3 magnitude. It's on the San Andreas Fault, as we'll see. Up to now, 169 people reported to USGS that they have felt it. And this is the area right here where the star is. And the epicenter, of course. Historic seismicity. As we know, it's everywhere. But they have not plotted everything, obviously. Now, this is Ridgecrest right there. This is the San Andreas Fault. This is the Garlic Fault. And as we know, these are the San Andreas has systems that are really related to it. For example, the Hayward Fault. Where are we? Let's go up. Okay, I'm not going to look at it now, but the Hayward Fault is a part of the San Andreas, and the geologists give that a 72% chance that we'll have a 6.7 magnitude earthquake or higher within up to the year 2032 in the area of the San Francisco Bay Area. Okay, this is the Walker Lane fault system right around here. It's a system of faults, all acting as one. But as they're telling us, they're finding new faults all the time. They think that the new faults that struck where the Ridgecrest earthquake struck with 7.1 and 6.4 on July 4th and 5th are newly found faults. Okay, here we are. This was our fault, this San Andreas Fault. Still rattling, and they're not showing everything here. Let's go in a little bit more. We can see a lot more. Now, they have found a lot of faults here, but they're not everything, because let's get rid of this. Okay. Historic seismicity. All right. Because they could be occurring at areas where they have not known that there are faults. Okay, so because a picture says 1,000 words, okay, this one, as we see, is 14.2 kilometers depth, which is not shallow. It's not shallow, and as we know, the plate here is very stretched out. The whole thing is rattling. Okay, the blue are today's quakes, and the red is the past hour. And the yellow is the past week, of course. So this whole area, look at that. This whole area of Los Angeles and to the west is the San Andreas Fault, of course, is active. It's been jostled by the Ridgecrest earthquake. So has the Bay Area as well been jostled by. The whole of San Andreas has been jostled by the earthquake in Ridgecrest, and it's nothing new, because 20 years ago when they had a 7.1 at Ridgecrest in 1999, that also jostled the Long Valley Caldera supervolcano right here, giving it a quake swarm, as is happening now. And it also jostled Yellowstone supervolcano, giving that an earthquake swarm, as is basically happening now. Nothing new. Because of the fact that we found from what geologists have told us, that there is a magma body, a plume right here, well, okay, there's a plume under Yellowstone, but the thing is that this body splits into two branches, one to the west coast, feeding the high threat volcanoes, and the other one going to Yellowstone. I just now finished a video, and it'll be just before this one, very interesting, having to do with the Loma Prieta earthquake of 1989, 30 years ago, on October 17th, and they had the great shakeout everywhere in the United States, drop, cover, and hold, an earthquake drill on the anniversary of that earthquake. But I found out that they had a warning precursor of the earthquake that was to take place 2 weeks before. And the intensity of that warning of the increased magnetic field was very intense, even up to 3 hours before. So they should follow up on that, because it's not the first time that we see magnetic anomalies at the time of earthquakes, or before earthquakes, or during earthquakes, or before volcanic eruptions, or during volcanic eruptions. We see light orbs or various aurora coloring hazes above areas where earthquakes later take place, or volcanic activity takes place. And they noticed that also in, I think I still have the page open. Wait a minute, okay. Where is it? Magnetic disturbances, yeah. This is in Wikipedia on Loma Prieta. And they took place, as we know, October 17th, and they started noticing the increase in magnetic field noise from October 5th. That's 12 days before, 13 days beforehand. And up to about very high levels, 3 hours before the earthquake hit. Can you imagine being given a 3-hour heads up to get out of the way of the earthquake coming? So they did away with this. So they said no, they're not going to accept this. You know, I mean, they probably threw it out into the garbage, saying it may be sensor system malfunctioning, something like that. I don't agree with that. I think that because of the fact that people have also seen those aurora-looking lights above areas before the earthquake strikes, or during the earthquake, we've even seen that on social media, that something does take place, and they should look into that as well. Also, one of the videos before this one having to do with something very fascinating that has been found lately, that the use of microbes to be put into the soil, the microbes would make the liquefied soil solid in the way that they react with the muddy liquid soil. For example, the landfill that we have in the Bay Area. Okay, this is the Bay Area right here, as you can see, and this is Los Angeles right here. That's Ridgecrest. So Bay Area, we'll look into that as well. 2.4. Okay. All right. That's not good either. But that's what's happening in Los Angeles. It's still rocking right there. And a lot of people have felt that. So all of you there, please be very careful. That's it right there. That's it right there. And right next to it, that's even deeper, 16 kilometers in. And how deep is this? That's shallow, 3.9 kilometers. Okay? And as we know, of course, that's, where are we here? Okay, that's it right there. On these other fault lines. The thing is, though, that a lot of these high-rise buildings are not built to withstand above a 7 magnitude earthquake. They would not be able to stand, they would collapse. So Also, the governor has warned people that they should have the new app that's out for the early warning system for earthquakes. It would give you a 1.5 to 2 second warning that there is an earthquake, a shaking earthquake that you would feel in your area, so that you would be able to take cover and protect yourself in the event of an earthquake that would be felt by you. So I advise that you do that as well. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.